Well, folks, we want to sit back and get relaxed. Get your journals out, get your notepads out. We're going to go down and we're going to hear what thus said Mr. Randy Hedge, Cowboy. Been knowing this young man for 30 years. Oh, my God. We go back to my previous company in the Excel days. Maybe he'll talk a little about that. So without further ado, everybody, can we give a warm welcome to my dear friend, Mr. Randy Hedge on the Cowboy.
My business. I got to tell you, ACN with all the services is amazing, as you all know. Many on you here around the world. I heard Japan and Canada. We have great services everywhere we do business, but here in the States, Impact has been a game changer for me and my team. It's just been a shot of enthusiasm, new blood, new hope, simply because we're saving families just absolutely unbelievable money for better coverage. I just quoted a family of 6, mom, dad, and 4 children, and we were able to save them out over $2,000 a month for better coverage. They've got a lower deductible, lower co-insurance, and I got to tell you what, I can feel good at night laying my head on the pillow realizing I just put $24,000 back in that family's budget. That's a $24,000 pay raise, and they didn't have to give up anything. Matter of fact, they can see any doctor they want. Y'all understand the program. So I'm a big fan of Impact, and it's rejuvenated me. It's brought me back into the game, probably harder than I've ever been in a long time. I'm sitting in usually it's my summertime office. I don't know how much longer it was in the high 30s, low 40s this morning. I've already done a couple of Zooms out here, but I just love being outside. I think it shares with people that, look, this is how I work my business. Sit out by the fire pit, by the pool. I do it on my terms. And a lot of people are looking for that now. A lot of people are looking for the opportunity to buy their life back, to be in control. And so we can either do it by helping them save on some amazing services or by showing them this amazing, amazing business.
You said something, we were sitting there breaking bread, and you said something that kind of caught me by surprise. And you said, hey, I never looked at TikTok. And you want to share that story that you said around the table there at Breaking Bread about people you brought in for doing the little TikTok deal?
Absolutely. If you had told me a year ago that I'd be doing TikTok, I would have laughed at you. Matter of fact, the first 4 or 5 months of doing TikTok, I couldn't even spell it. I was misspelling it. I come to learn. Here's the deal. I think it has become the greatest vehicle to introduce concepts, thoughts, to interact with people. You see, Facebook, you're basically engaging with your followers, people that follow you, people you follow. So it's kind of a known group. Instagram is something I post on a little bit, but to be honest, I haven't really got my engagement. But TikTok just absolutely exploded for me. I started telling some of my stories and my jokes and talking about my daddy and my grandkids and this business. And in about a year, ended up with over 100,000 followers on TikTok because I share what I call life lessons. People just kind of naturally tune in and listen to this lesson or this tip or this joke or this thought. And then every so often I say, hey, look, if you're looking for a way to create some passive income, if you're looking for a way to buy your life back, I'll be happy to share with you what I do. It might not be for you. It might be. We'll visit and see. And taking that non-aggressive approach, just laying the information out there, I think in the last, 5 months, 4 months, we've probably personally sponsored 56, 57 people directly off TikTok, just because I've been using that social media. And understand, this is a guy who fought it. This is a guy who said, hey, I ain't doing Facebook. I ain't doing Instagram or YouTube or TikTok. I don't see the value. It's about relationships. And what I've learned is since COVID, you can build amazing relationships through social media, especially when you have the ability to go live, to interact with your followers. I would suggest, if you're going to do TikTok or Instagram or YouTube or even Facebook, You need to have a schedule where you are going live on a consistent basis. I'm not saying you got to go every day, but 3, 4, 5 times a week. Just get on there and share with your followers, because that's how they get to know you. They're scrolling through and they'll see you talking, and then they go check out your content and they watch a few videos. And then obviously, I think it's a key, Al, and I've had to develop this. I've built a few websites that I can refer people to. They're just little simple landing pages that I can tell people about, and they can go get their information. See, guys, more now than ever, especially the younger generations, they want to go do their research. They want to do the due diligence. They want to go check it out on their own before they come back to you and ask questions. Where my generation, I was lazy. I just said, well, tell me about it. I won't have to look all that up. Well, they want to look it up. And so one of the big, I think, steps that helped me is when I developed my little landing page called Save with Cowboy. And guys, it's just a simple little website where they can learn about impact. They can contact me. They can run their own rate. Heck, I've even got it where they can sign up themselves right there on the spot. It's called Save with Cowboy. If I've got the ability to share, I'll be happy to show you a couple of tools I use, Al. Would you like to look at those?
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's see here. Here we go. So this is the Save with Cowboy. You can see it's just a little simple landing site. And look, I'm going to encourage all of you, come steal this. There is a program called System.io. Matter of fact, you can see it here in my toolbar, System, SYSTEME.io, where you can build web pages for free on their backbone. You can build a funnel. Now, I don't have that kind of skill, so I hired mine built. What you're looking at, I paid a gentleman to do. And matter of fact, he's willing to build them for you if you're interested. I'm not in the website selling business. I'm just telling you what I've done. I'd refer you to him. But the neat thing is you can build your own by using System.io. It's simply a click and paste. You can see what I've done. You steal the verbiage, steal everything. You probably wouldn't want to use my ugly picture down here, right? Put your own picture, your own verbiage. But look, I've got it here where they can get a free quote. I've got it here where they can read about the differences between impact. They can watch the first video. What is health sharing? But then it goes on, and understand these links where it says get a free quote is actually, Al, taking them in my back office, in my IBO website. So when they click on that, or they ask for more information, or they schedule a call, I get credit. It's the same here. We've posted a few testimonials about people saving money. They can see on the website. They can read the frequently asked questions. We've got another video about why impact, and all this is impact stuff, guys. This is stuff that they make available to us. You can get it off YouTube. I've got the little comparison, and then down here, I've got a place for them to enroll or where they can contact me. Now, what I'm sharing with you is by me having this page, I've probably doubled or tripled my successful engagement, because now they've got something they can go look at, right? They've got something they can go check out. Another one I want to share with you that y'all might not be aware of, but I think would be a great resource, and this is free. It's open to anyone on our team, and Presley and I have opened it up to teams across the board. It's called Rhino Nation. Our little group, Presley decided to call them Rhino Nation. He says because we're hard charging and thick skin. I think it's because I'm real slow and not real bright. But anyway, we collaborated. We built this little website, has all these different links, like the script for inviting someone to a PBZ. And guys, if you're not doing PBZs, you're missing out. You can join our Facebook. You can look at all of our different stuff that we have. But more importantly, guys, we have presentations that are pre-recorded that you can use. We have training where you can come in here. You know, what do I do in my first 7 days? How do I get started? You can go into the new IBO. What do I do in my first 24 hours? What we teach our team, how to get enrolled. You know, if you got questions about how to set up your direct deposit. Guys, this is not password protected. It doesn't cost anything. It's free to anybody that wants to go to teamrhinonation.com, teamrhinonation.com, or you can go to rhinonation.world. Either one will get you to this little website that we've set up and we've used for our folks. So, and look, if you have information or questions and you want to reach out to me, I'll get you in touch with the gentleman who does these for us. My phone number, email's there, and I'll just refer you to Bears, and he can handle it from there. There again, I believe having these tools have made a big difference. And the last tool I want to share, if you're an Impact member, if you actually have the service yourself, you need to be showing your Impact dashboard in your meetings. Guys, it's absolutely amazing being able to share this tool, what my monthly share notice is, that the households we've helped. I can show exactly my medical bills and what Impact has done for me negotiating. You can see we don't have any that are in process, but look at these completed bills and how much money they save Marcy and I negotiating our bills. Here's an example. Here's a $2,600 bill they sent us. Impact negotiated $1,100 off of that. $1,100 savings. Here is a $145 bill that they negotiated only 16. Look at this one. Here is a $200 bill that they negotiated 165. So I'm able to show my clients real time, the pharmacies, the labs. So when I am doing a PBZ, when I'm doing a Zoom with my team members, I'm using these tools. Now, let me be clear. I don't put these tools out on social media. I might refer to them. I might tell them, hey, go to Save with Cowboy, check it out. I believe you want to pick a very easy to hear and remember name. But having these tools has made a huge change in my business. But the biggest change, Al, without question, and I can't believe it took me this long to figure it out, is when I started doing PBZs for my team. When I said, hey, just get me a guest, I'll talk to them for you. And we have schedules where they can plug them in. And it's like this. They can ask questions, we can interact, we can be a part of it. So TikTok has certainly started feeding the machine. The tools have certainly helped in what I'm doing. And then without question, forget everything I've told you. Don't do TikTok, don't get a website, but start doing PBZs with your upline, with your sponsor, with a team member, with your mentor. There is something magical when 2 or 3 people come together and visit, even socially like this. Now, for those of you that know, Presley and I hold weekly Zooms every night of the week. I mean, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. We've got a Zoom, much like y'all. And we were plugging people into those and having some success, but our success quadrupled. It probably went up tenfold when we migrated over and said, okay, we're going to put in a little more time visiting with the people, helping them, answering their questions. Because here's the difference. People love conversations. They don't like presentations. People love getting to know someone versus trying to be sold by someone. When you do those PBZs, it's magical. So I use my card a lot when I'm talking. That visual seems to make a big difference. I use the websites, but without question, the biggest game changer, it hadn't been TikTok. It hadn't been the websites. It's been doing the 2-on-1s, the 3-on-1s, the PBZs, personal business Zooms. Game changer.
I think you just hit the nail on the head. And I do one every Tuesday night, and it blows my mind how I try to get everybody on there to learn how to do an effective one. And if everybody on this call just did a PBZ once or twice a week, and with everybody on your team, what would your check look like, folks? And I've said this, and I'm telling you guys are missing a boatload of money by not doing PBZ. I got one tonight. I got 2 today. I got one at 4 o'clock, and I got one at 6 o'clock. And I got a group started every Wednesday. Now they're doing it at 6. I do mine every Tuesday at 6. Guys, you heard from Mr. Hedge, not me. What are you waiting on? Where's your PBZ set up? But you need to get back on track. And what I mean, 60 days this year is gone. How big do you want your Christmas tree to be? It depends on what you do in the month of November. By God, today is the 1st of November. Am I right, Mr. Randy?
Absolutely. And here's the deal. I tell everyone on my team, you only need to set up 1 or 2 PBZs a week.
Yeah.
If you will just put anywhere from 2 to 6 people in front of me a week, We can make you however much money you want, because it starts to duplicate and leverage that person that you brought in that way. Guess what they want to do? They want to do a PBZ. Do you know what my team, what they would be willing to pay and do to have Al Thomas do a PBZ for them? I mean, it'd be like saying, hey, come on, buddy, I'm going to take you to this little country club over here, and Tiger Woods is going to teach us how to putt for 30 minutes. Hey, come meet Tom Brady with me. Guys, you have no idea. You have an absolute legend in the business who's saying, let me help you make money. Let me help you get rich. And you're not taking advantage of it. Or if you are, I would say you're not taking advantage of it consistently. You see, when it really started to click is when my people realized that, hey, all I got to do is call Randy. I'm working harder than I've ever worked now, Al. I mean, I've been doing this 30 years. 30 years. I started out with long distance, made, I don't know, somewhere between $4 and $5 million with Excel. Then I moved into Stream and made a lot of money with Stream. Been very blessed, but I'd kind of sit down and quit. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, when ACN bought us, I was one of those that wasn't really excited about it. I thought, well, I'm already kind of semi-retired. I'll just keep taking my check. I wasn't in a position that I wanted to learn about all these other services. You know, I'd cut my teeth on long distance. I'd made millions on electricity. I was just going to stay in my comfort zone. But then when ACN bought Team National and brought Impact to the table, and I saw how it fit in our comp plan. Guys, let me tell you something. How many of you know an insurance agent? How many of you know someone that sells insurance, supplemental insurance, property and casualty, whatever? Okay, look at that. Everybody. Do you realize if you'll go to an insurance agent, pull this card out of your pocket and simply say this: I can teach you how by getting just 1,000 of these, you're making $40,000 a month. By getting 1,000 policies in force with this new service, which I guarantee is a game changer in the health insurance industry, you're making $40,000 a month. Okay, 1,000 too big for your appetite? If we get you 500, you're making $20,000 a month. Guys, do you understand? Insurance agents, they can't run their agencies on less than 1,000 PIF. I mean, that's a small number for them. And to get 1,000 families, I mean, think about it. It saved me $1,200 a month. We just saved a business over $8,000 a month. We just saved that family of 6, $2,000 a month. I just saved a person on Medicare Part A and B about $240 a month. That's real savings. Guys on their electric bill, if I saved them $240 for the year, I was happy. Now I'm doing it per month. So I've got a passion and a belief about our newest product, or this service. And look, you can apply that same belief system to any of our services. Find what works for you. I've got people on my team that they love doing cell phones. They are the cell phone masters, and they're great at helping people see the savings and switching them. For me, the commission, the service, the ease, the belief. Look, when I decided to do this, I thought, well, if I'm going to sell it, I guess I need to be my customer myself. And I hesitated. I'd been with Blue Cross and Blue Shield a long time, and I was worried, are they really going to pay my bills? I don't want to go bankrupt because I signed up for some hooky dooky thing that didn't work. Guys, I've been with them over a year, and I can tell you, not only do they pay your bill, they look for a way to pay your bill. They exist for one reason only, and that's to cover medical cost for their members. That's the only reason they exist. They're nonprofit. They can't make money at this. I'm all in on Impact. I think it's a game changer. And Al, I'll close it with this. I think I will make more money with ACN and Impact than I've made my previous 29 years combined. You take the millions and millions and millions I made with Stream, take the millions I made with Excel, you put them together, and it will pale in comparison by what we're going to make with this. I believe that with every fiber in me. That's why today I have 6 PBZs. Now, for some of y'all, it sounds like I'm working a lot, but understand they only last about 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. So my question is, will you work 3 hours a day to make 6 figures a month?
Go ahead.
What I've learned, and this is critical, when I do my PBZs, they're completely different than what you see when we do a Rhino Nation, where we're going through slides and explaining step by step, kind of like we're all used to an old hotel meeting, right? Where you had the PowerPoint or the flip chart. We transitioned that over into our team Zooms, and we still do those, right? It's a good way for everyone to plug in once or twice a week to get their guest on. But for me, a PBZ is basically like I'm sitting down at a coffee shop meeting the person for the first time. And I'm just, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. You know, Tommy was telling me that you have 3 different gerbil farms, one in Arizona, one in California, one in Montana, and you've been a gerbil wrangler all these years. I've always wanted to know, how do you brand them little? I get to know them. I just visit a little bit, and
Right.
and then I just simply say, look, I'm just looking for people that want to make money. We've got a revolutionary new service. I can prove to you it's revolutionary. It's life-changing. You don't have to believe me. You can go do your own research. I'll give you some websites. See what I just did there? I'm moving on to the information I want. And then very quickly, I just talk about money. I try to gauge how big their appetite is, how big their vision is. Because look, I learned a long time ago, whatever number I give you, it's wrong. It's either too small for you to want to do or too big for you to believe. Whatever number I give you is wrong. So what I got to do is get your number, what number you want. And then I can show you methodically how to get there. Guys, our little system is real simple. We teach 5 and 5. Get 5 services and 5 partners. We're going to use that brick, that building block, to achieve 50 and 10. And here's what I mean by that. When you get 50 of these, we know from the numbers, we've been doing it long enough, I can prove it in my back office. When you get 50 impact customers, you're making on average $2,000 a month. Now, your results could be a little higher, a little lower based on your book of business, right? If you sell a bunch of individual memberships, if you sell a bunch of Social Security single people, then obviously it's not as big a premium as if you're selling small businesses or families. But we know, let me run the numbers for you. And this is how I show them in my personal Zoom, Al. I just simply say, look, it's real simple. You help me teach you, mentor you, work with you, get 10 of these, you're making about $100 a month because you're at the 3% commissions. You let me help you get 25 of these, you're making on average about $500 a month. And when we get 50 of these, that's your long-term goal, Miss Deborah. Sam, Roxanne, you want to get 50 of these. For doing that, on average, you're making about $2,000 a month. Now, Miss Deborah, do you know anybody that would like to make $2,000 a month? So all we do is show them how to do what you and I've done together. I'll help them. I'll mentor them. When you teach 10 people to do what you've done, you're making an additional $3,000 a month because you're overriding their 50 customers at an average $300 a month. So the numbers are real simple. Get 50, teach 10 to get 50. For doing that, you're making $5,000 a month. Now, you want to know the good news? If you teach 100 people to do that, all you have to do is just get you a piece of poster board, make 100 squares and say, I don't care if it takes me 2 years, 3 years, whatever it takes me, I'm going to help 100 families make $2,000 a month. And to do that, all they got to do is get 50 impact. I know the numbers. Do you realize if you help 100 families make $2,000 a month, you're making $30,000 a month? Because you override each IBO that has 50 customers at average $300 a month. The numbers don't lie. And so people are buying into, okay, it's a little simple. My first step is 5, who get 5, right? My next step is 50 and 10. My next step is to grow a big team of people. And by following that methodology, it's just how you eat an elephant, right? One bite at a time. But please, 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 you've got the greatest recruiter and leader this industry's ever seen. Take Mr. Thomas up and use him. Beat on him, ride him, work him like a rented mule. Do not let this guy get away from you because he wants to help you make money. And it ain't because he's a great guy, even though he is. It's because when you make money, he makes money. I make it very clear with all my guests. I don't get a dime for you signing up. If you join, it don't pay me nothing. The only way I'm paid is if I help you get a check, I get a small override. The more checks you get, the more I make. I'm looking for partners. So if you ain't willing to work, if you ain't coachable, if you ain't, and see, I kind of turned it at the end and I tell them, I take it away. I say, if you ain't willing to work, if you ain't coachable, if you ain't persistent and consistent, I don't want no flash in the pan. This is a long-term deal. You ain't going to make $30,000 a month in 2 months, in 5 months. You're going to have to put in some time. But I guarantee you, I can help you make $30,000 a month because I got a lot of people on my team that do it. So that positioning is critical, and you've got the best to help you do it with Mr. Al Thomas.